Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Arkansas RC Newbie, and on today's episode we are going to be looking at doing the impossible, or at least what I think is the impossible. We are going to be trying to get the Stealth X Gearbox kit that I just got. We're going to see if we can install this on my RGT back here that currently has the motor and the transmission mounted all the way in the forward of the vehicle. I've been searching this. I have not found a video on this, so this is going to be kind of a trial and error video. So guys, if you're interested, please stick around, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's see if we can get into this and if we can actually make this thing run. Alright guys, well here is the RGT. This is the EX86010 model. I got this thing from box, took it to my first crawler event ever, never crawled before, and I've been building it up ever since, making this thing a complete monster. Been surprising everybody out there on the trails. It's definitely been an awesome journey. But on today's episode, as I said, we're going to be looking at putting the Stealth X Gearbox in here along with some other goodies. If you notice on the front of the RGT, we've got the motor and the transmission, and it just sits up really high with that servo. So every time it comes to the crawling courses and things, it's just very top heavy, and I think that the motor and transmission being mounted up so high is one of the big reasons why I tip over a lot. Well, that and I got to work on my driving. So that's kind of the reason for today's episode, is I want to get the Stealth X mounted and the motor mounted in the middle to lower that center of gravity on this whole RGT. From the transmission, we have a drive shaft or a drive line that goes right to the gearbox, and then that has a drive shaft that goes to the front axle, and then on the rear of it, of course, we have another drive shaft that goes to the rear axle. But overall, just trying to lower the center of gravity and kind of get rid of some of the extra stuff that we got going on. I did order some goodies we're going to be going over, and hopefully everything works in conjunction. Again, man, this might be a fail video. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I tried to research this, but trying to do that with the RGT, this is not necessarily one of the most popular models out there. It is very difficult, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get this RGT, was to actually do something that not a lot of people are doing, kind of an underdog build. So guys, without further ado, man, let's go through what I've got and what all I've ordered to see if this Frankenstein project is going to work. Alright, now the first thing that I started researching on this is the skid plate, and I cannot find an aftermarket skid plate that is for an RGT. And if you notice here, the gearbox is kind of mounted on top of the skid plate, and there's no bolt pattern down here. I may be able to drill that, but I didn't want to take that chance, so I went ahead and did a little research and found out the Stealth X actually is able to mount to an SCX10 and an SCX10-2 skid plate. So I went ahead and did a little cross-referencing on there. I watched some reviews on some things, and it will fit with the Stealth X, and my bolt pattern does meet up. So this is the first thing that I went ahead and ordered after I ordered the gearbox, and this here was like $15. We'll be putting the affiliate links in the description below on all of this stuff, okay? So first thing I got there. Second thing I got, universal drive shafts. These are steel, so I figured, you know, the RGTs might be a little bit shorter. I'm thinking with that new skid plate that I got, it might actually make the wheelbase a little bit longer. I'm hoping that these guys here will work, but these were like 13 bucks, so I jumped all over that. The next thing I got are these RC Lions aluminum link rods. I guess one of them, or maybe there's a set of them in there, that are like 313 millimeters long. Got these for $16.99. They are aluminum, and I've always been told you want to go with steel, not aluminum, because I guess aluminum has more drag. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. I've got all of these links because I was figuring with that new skid plate, it would be also changing the wheelbase of the RGT. So I thought, well, I might as well get something like this that maybe looks a little bit longer, just more selection. This came with a whole bunch of them for 17 bucks, but something that was just in caser. All right, now for the main attraction, we've got the Stealth X Gearbox kit. This here was $55, $56. Pretty easy kit to put together and assemble. The only thing that was a little bit difficult, and everybody else said it, was the instructions. The instructions were a little bit difficult to kind of just come straight across and say, hey, this is what you need for overdrive at this percentage. So you kind of do a little bit of process of elimination, but pretty good gearbox. I'm going to take this little cover off here in a little bit when we go to mount the motor, but it is very smooth. I add a little bit of grease to this thing. So that was definitely fun putting this together. I'm looking forward to seeing if the overdrive makes that big of a difference. But all right, guys, well, that's all the goodies that we have got. Let's go ahead and start taking this RGT apart and seeing if we can get all this stuff to fit on there. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is get rid of some of this electrical stuff. We're going to move all this out of the way, and I think there's only like 3 bolts that hold this whole transmission on. We'll undo the transmission and the motor, and then we'll get rid of some of these drive lines here, or drive shafts. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, have you seen this done? I try to find some forums on it, and again, I'm the Arkansas RC newbie, so I don't know a lot of the terms. I'm sure I'm already getting some of them wrong, but very hard to find if anybody's done this. Heck, you think that somebody would put it on YouTube if they did, and again, they might have, but I'm completely lost on it, so I'm hoping this works. Alright, hopefully that is the last time this motor will be mounted in the front right next to the servo. Oh yeah, we'll get some low center of gravity. I'm going to remove my gearbox, and what we're going to do is we're going to have to remove that skid plate. And I was going to try to do this without having to really separate my chassis rails. I don't want to do that, but we'll have to definitely move these electronics, and we'll take a look at that skid plate when it comes time. Alright, so we're taking a look at removing the skid plate now. Something that I am worried about, I've got a caliper tool. We're actually going to measure this skid plate and the aluminum SEX10 styled one and see if they're actually the same width, because I don't want to like have to squeeze the chassis rails together, and I don't want to have to pull them apart that much. I do have my Dremel tool, so I could shave some of it off there, but it would be very nice if they actually just fit how they're supposed to. Okay, so I think we can, alright, that came right out good. Alright, so this is kind of the moment of truth here. Let's put the crawler to the side. Alright, so we've got the RGT's plastic one, and here is the SEX10 aluminum one. Holy crap, those are like dead on the same. Look at that. Alright, dude, something good here. Alright, that there is at 79.9 millimeters. Okay, and the aluminum one, the aftermarket one, is right at 78. So about what, give or take 2 millimeters? I think we'll be okay there. I just didn't want to over pull or over push in. If I had to, if this was gonna be a little bit wider, I was gonna shave the sides down with the aluminum, with the Dremel. But it doesn't look like we're gonna have to do that. So that is very good news. We kind of have an issue. Those holes are super close. I might have to wall them out just a little bit. Kind of want to put them back where they were. Alright guys, well, a bunch of Dremel work. This steel is actually very difficult. You can see that big hole there. I wallered that out on both sides of the chassis, so I can actually get this plate. I'm having such a hard time of what is the front and what is the rear. I've been kind of going back and forth with the that manual, and I think I finally got it where it needs to go. So here, it'll be mounting up pretty much the exact same holes. Alright guys, here we go. We're about to do the moment of truth. Now before we try to fit the gearbox in there, I want to let you guys know we actually had to change out the front links. The steel ones were actually a little bit too long, and it was messing with the stance and the wheelbase of the front tire. So we just went ahead and changed out to those black ones that we got, the aluminum ones. I'm glad I got those. Again, everything is going to be in the affiliate links. Now let's see if we can fit the motor, or the gearbox, in here. And this side goes to the back. Okay, so we got a little issue. You can see this portion here is actually hitting on my quick run ESC. Let's move this out of the way. I'm super excited that this works. I think the whole thing is going to fit in there. Luckily this mounting plate, or the skid plate, came with hardware. But look at that. That is so close. And I was thinking that the motor was going to be routed. Hopefully I got more room here on the ESC. I was thinking that the motor was going to be routed that way. I keep thinking it goes that way. The motor actually comes to the front of the vehicle. I'm going to get you guys a zoomed out view here in a second. But it's going to clear on all sides. That is too cool, man. Wow. This is just too cool. Again, man, if you guys like this kind of content, please hit that like button. and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Alright guys, we are almost done. Now the gearbox again didn't come with any screws, but the skid plate did, and these things are cheap. Like the end's already wanting to come off of there. Well, I mean, it's wanting to strip itself out already. And this tool is that I'm using, this Traxxas toolkit's pretty brand new. It's not like the 2mm wore out, but we'll just use a different set that I've got. Well, I put a black one there. It's gonna drive me nuts. Dude, we're gonna have the overdrive. We're gonna have the low center of gravity. This thing is going to be a killer. Next is going to be the drive shafts. The steel one we're gonna be putting in the front. Luckily, I got these things because the front drive shaft was too short, so this is perfect for that. And on the rear, this one here was the stock one, and it's going to fit perfectly. So let's go ahead and get this done right quick, and then we will go to the motor install. That new skid plate, everything on the bottom looks sweet, doesn't it? It just totally changes up the look of this RGT. You know, we had to replace these links here, and I also replaced a couple of links in the back, but I hope that they don't get too much drag on them. Like, I hope they don't drag through the rocks. I know that steel and that plastic skid plate were really good to me, so I'm hoping these will be the same. Okay, now let's flip this guy over. Alright, so we've officially got this thing hooked up. Wow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's actually a rolling chassis, guys. Drive shafts are in. Oh yeah. Next thing to do is put the motor on this, put a battery in it, and see if we can actually get some movement. We got the overdrive on here. Oh dude, this is going to be awesome. Wow, I can't believe we're actually kind of making this work. I have to be honest, I kind of thought this was going to be a fail. Alright, I'm going to have to put this motor in through the bottom. I'm not kidding here, guys. I've been at this for about half an hour. The plate is threaded, and the motor is threaded, obviously, for the motor mount bolt. And I can't, like, match them up to save my life. It is ridiculous. I wish this plate wasn't... I'm about to get a file and file it down because... it doesn't seem like this thing's going to match up. Like, I just cannot get it to go. Alright, so I'm a big idiot. I got the file out. I know that surprises some of you. The motor mount is not this screw here, or the threaded hole, nor is it the one up here. That's to screw the cover on. Took me a couple seconds to realize why this was taking so long. There's a slotted hole down here to mount the motor, and there's also a slotted one right above where I was working. God, I feel like an idiot. All right, let me get this done real quick, and then we'll try her out. The moment of truth. Got my battery here, my comp batteries. Let's plug this guy in. Okay. Where's the power at? Okay. Alright guys, here we go. First trigger pull. I don't know the best view for you. First trigger pull. Used to be up front, now it's in the middle. Oh yeah. Get this battery out of the way. Dude. Oh, this is super cool. Dude, it works. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And again, I got the overdrive in the gearbox, right? So I've got the overdrive going. I want to get like a sticker or something like that and show you guys and see if we actually do, if the front wheels are spinning faster than the rear. Let me find something I can stick on these tires for you so we can check that out. Wow. Let's see if we've got some overdrive action. All right, so the front tire should go further, right? Or faster. You can see that front one is going a lot faster. Wow. How cool is that? So they're matched up there. You can see the front tire starts to get in the lead big time. Wow, so that should help out with the turning, the climbing. Won't actually pull stuff up now that we've got the, oh man, the gearbox in the middle of this. Guys, I didn't think this was going to work, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, tell everybody it's possible. Man, this is so cool. I could just be all excited right now, but just by feeling it, it kind of feels like there's more power. There's more direct power to the front and the wheel and the rear wheels. It just wants to kind of go in my hand. It kind of wants to just take off, it feels like. So I'm curious if there's going to be some more power there. The spur gear does feel a little tight. I'm going to loosen that a little bit. But crap, man, other than that, we did a great job today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around if you're still here. Please hit that subscribe button. Man, hit that like button for me and share this video. You got somebody that loves RCs as much as we do. Please share this video with them and let them know, man, check out this guy. This guy's making splashes. You know what I mean? He's a pioneer. But anyway, guys, well, we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.